Hey everybody! So I know I haven't seen you guys in a long time, but I'm gonna do a different kind of video, something that I normally don't do. Uh, Aside from makeup, I do have another hobby. I really like to read, and I discovered this whole booktube community, so I just thought that I would share with you guys because I know that people that like makeup like to read too. There's this website called Book Outlet, bookoutlet.com. I think they're based in Canada, but they're bargain books, and some of the books on there are like brand new, and they sell for like really cheap because if like a book goes from hardcover to paperback, they discount it. So I went on that website and I ordered quite a few books. I kind of went crazy actually. And it's this huge box right here. Like, I told you, it's crazy. And I just thought that I would share it with you guys just so that way you can get to know me a little more since I've kind of been gone. I owe that to you guys. And I'm just gonna get right into it. So the first book that I have is, this is mainly why I went on this website, because I saw that somebody hauled this book, and this actually just went into paperback, but I got this book for, I want to say like $7, and it's a hardcover, and it's in fairly good condition. It's only kind of like messed up, I think, just because the way that they shipped it wasn't that great. But it's called Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore, and basically it's about this guy that, I don't know, he has a 24-hour bookstore. I haven't really read a book about someone else that really loves books, so I was really intrigued to get this and read it and add it to my bookshelf. So there's that, and then everything else I just kind of went crazy, tossed it into my basket, and I was like, okay. I think for everything that I got though, I only spent $60, and that was including shipping, and shipping's actually not too bad on there as well, even though it's coming from Canada. So the other books that I got, these are all from the same author, Candace Bushnell. She's the author of Sex and the City, and for this one, this is a young adult novel. It's actually the second one in her series, the Carrie Diaries. This is Summer and the City, so again, it's book number 2. And this is like brand new. I think I only got this for, let's say like $4 or something. Normally it's like $10. So yeah. And then the other books that I got by Candace Bushnell is Lipstick Jungle, 1/5 Avenue, and Trading Up. And again, they're all in really good condition, yet they're discounted. So I'm excited to read these. I've always wanted to read these, but I just didn't want to pay like $16 per book. So I was really excited to see these on the website. And then I got How to Be an American Housewife. This is by Margaret Dillaway. I saw this at Barnes & Noble one time in their bargain section. I think it was like $4.99 or $5.99 or something, but I saw it on the website and it was only $2. So I was really excited to pick this up. I think I got it in the scratch and dent section, which is, it's a section where the books are super discounted just because they might be missing book jackets or they're a little scratched. Like this one here, the back is a little messed up, but that's fine. I don't mind paying it was only $2, but other than that, everything looks good on this book, and it just seemed really interesting to me. It's about this Japanese girl that marries an American soldier, and she goes to America and she kind of adapts to American life. I really like to read those kind of books. And then I guess something happens when she's here, and her daughter like goes to find out her story in Japan or something. I don't know. It sounded really good, so I got that. And then I got this book. This is a true crime book. I don't normally read these, but this sounded really interesting to me. This was also in the scratch and dent section. I think I got this for, is either $2 or like $1.50 or something, really, really inexpensive. I always see this at Barnes & Noble and I just never pick it up. But this one is just about the murders that happen in this forest. These 3 teenage boys, I believe. And it just follows the case. Happens in Arkansas. And it's actually, they start doing killings because they're part of a satanic cult. So I don't know, it just sounded really intriguing to me. Again, the book is in like perfect condition. I don't even know why it was considered scratch and dent, but looks like it has all the pages. Nothing was torn out, so I'm excited to read this. And then the other book that I got was Flowers in the Attic. This is a classic. I remember my mom telling me that she had read this like a long, long, long time ago. This is by V.C. Andrews, and it's a very scandalous story because I believe the brother and sister, they're like locked away and they end up taking care of the younger siblings, and it's kind of like a forbidden love story, I want to say. So, and the mother's like crazy or something. So I got this. It's a little jacked up on the back. I think I got this for like $2 as well, so that's okay. Normally with these paperbacks, I don't really keep them. I tend to just donate them. I either hand them off to a friend or I just donate it back to the library. So I normally only keep books where they're like really pretty hardcovers, or I know I'm going to reread it again, or I just like fell in love with that book. I just want to keep it and add it to my bookshelf collection. So yeah. The next book is Dracula by Bram Stoker. I never ever read this, and I want to because I like to read novels that have vampires in them, but this is like the original one, I guess you can say. So yeah, I picked this up. And then I also got Dreamcatcher, a memoir by Margaret A. Salinger. So Salinger is, J.D. Salinger, her dad, is one of my favorite authors. I don't know, I just really connect with his characters. And this is a memoir that she wrote about her dad, and his life is actually pretty interesting because he has his family, but he's really disconnected from them because he's too busy writing, and so she doesn't really grow up with a father figure. So this is like through her eyes what it was like growing up with him, and she just talks about her family and like her mom and how they kind of like coped with not having the dad around all the time. Because I believe when he was writing, he went into like a back house or like something that he turned into like a little house on their property, but it was away from the home, so he wouldn't be, you know, bothered by everything, you know, daily life. And sometimes he just like lock himself in there and not talk to his family and just write. So I would like to see how her point of view is, since she grew up with him always like being away and stuff. Then I picked up Zelda Fitzgerald, or a novel of Zelda Fitzgerald. This is by Therese Ann Fowler. This was also scratch and dent, but it's a hardcover. I like the pages. It's got the deckled pages, so they're like all uneven and stuff, very pretty. And I always look at this at the bookstore too. I just never pick it up because I'm not going to pay like $26 for a hardcover, and I didn't want to wait for it to come into paperback. But this is basically a fiction novel about how Zelda falls in love with F. Scott Fitzgerald, the author of Great Gatsby. And it's just a love story, I think, and it takes place in the same jazz age. Like the Flappers and stuff, I like to read of that time period. So I thought this would be an interesting read too. I only have a couple more. I picked up Meg Wolitzer's The Interestings. I've always wanted to get this book, and it was taking forever to come out in paperback, and I saw it at the store actually the other day, but then saw it on the website and I was like, well, I'd rather have a hardcover. But this book has just always intrigued me because it's about six teenagers at summer camp, even though it's an adult novel, but it just talks about their adolescence, them growing up, them going through their lives. I think like it covers their ages at 30 and then 50. But it just seems like the characters are really interesting, so I picked this up. Plus the cover is pretty cool. I don't have any like rainbowy looking covers on my bookshelf, so it should add nice color. And then last but not least, I picked up Guillermo del Toro's The Strain. This he co-wrote with Chuck Hogan, I believe. And this is a very intense vampire novel from what I was told. Again, I've always wanted to read this, just never picked it up. And then I saw it on the website and I was like, oh my gosh, it's hardcover, it's super inexpensive. I'm gonna just add it to my cart. This is a trilogy, I believe. But yeah, I got the first book and I don't know, I just heard that the vampire in this story is, he makes Dracula look like a prince. So he must be really, really, really scary or something. So that's basically it that I got from Book Outlet. I hope you found this interesting. Oh, I have one more book. I went to Target the other day and everyone keeps talking about this book. Yeah, I got the movie cover because it was way cheaper and I just figured I'm gonna not keep the book anyways. It was really cheap, but it's called The Book Thief, Marcus Zusak. I know it's a movie. I haven't seen the movie yet, but everyone says the book is really, really, really good for a YA novel. I really don't know much about it, but I will find out. And it's pretty long for a YA novel. It's got pretty small font, and it's like 550 pages long. So I don't know when I'm going to read this, but it was super cheap, and I just figured everyone's talking about it. Yeah, my obsession right now is watching videos about books. On YouTube, they call it the BookTube community, I believe. And yeah, everyone just talks about it, so I'm like, okay. I've been on a reading kick lately. I read like 2-3 books a week, if they're like young adult novels, because they take me like a day or two to read. But yeah, I don't know, I've been reading a lot lately again, which is good. Books are sometimes cheaper than makeup, but it's just another one of my hobbies that I thought I would share with you guys on here, since I haven't been posting a lot, probably because I've been reading a lot. If you guys have any questions for me, or if you have book suggestions, let me know in the comments below, and I definitely will take them into consideration. I love reading all sorts of books. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's really different than what I normally post here. And I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!